sorry you didn't get to do no mousing for no movie stores.
None of us get to do nothing for nobody.
Well, Jed, do you still think you can make friends with these Beverly Hills folks?
I gotta admit, it ain't easy.
Jethro, did you keep track like I done told you?
Yes'm, Granny. Oh, we went to 27 places.
And what happened? Tell them, Jethro.
I know, Granny, I was there.
Tell him, Jethro, so he won't forget.
Well, at 14 places, we didn't even get through the electric gates. At 8 others, we got through and then got chased out by dogs.
Are you listening, Jed?
Granny, I was there.
Tell him, Jethro.
At least 5. At 3 of them, we got mean-mouthed by the butler. The other 2, one turned the hose on us and one called the police.
Want to hear it again, Jed?
Oh.
We ready to go back home to the hills where we belong?
I am.
Well, I'm not. I'd be out of place back there with them country people. I'm done become what you call a big city boy.
Now listen, big city boy. If your Uncle Jed says we's going home, we's going home.
Well, I ain't said it yet. Gotta study on it first and talk to Mr. Drysdale.
Mr. Drysdale. It was his wife that turned the hose on this.
Excuse me, Chief. Mr. Lester is here again.
Who?
Leroy Lester. He's the little bookkeeper who's been trying to see you for so long.
What about?
Well, it seems he's being replaced by a computer. and-
All the bookkeepers are being replaced by computers. Didn't he receive the mimeograph notice?
Well, yes, Chief, but Mr. Lester has been with the bank for 47 years. He was hired by your father. If you could just have a word with him.
Oh, all right.
Come in, Mr. Lester. Mr. Drysdale will see you now.
Oh, I can come back if Mr. Drysdale...
No, it's all right. Come in.
But I don't want to be a father.
Well. Senor Lester Leroy.
Chief, it's Leroy Lester.
Oh, that's all right, whatever Mr. Drysdale says.
What's on your mind, Lester?
Well,
Well, speak up.
As I told you, Chief, Mr. Lester is being retired to make way for automation in the bookkeeping department.
Oh, lucky you. Now you can take it easy. You'll be getting a nice big fat pension check every month.
I will?
Well, certainly. You qualify for government Social Security, don't you?
Sir, I thought you meant I'd be getting something from the bank.
Oh, well, you will. You will. We're not going to forget 47 years of faithful service. He qualifies for something from the bank, doesn't he? A tie class, fountain pen, something like that?
Actually, Mr. Lester is entitled to receive a gold watch.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yes, Chief. Solid gold.
I hear those new stainless steel watches have got them all beat. Shockproof, waterproof. Swim a lot, do you? Oh, it's great exercise. Take a few lessons. Meanwhile, I'll have your watch engraved with your name on it in nice big letters. Lester Leroy.
Thank you.
Chief, it is Leroy Lester.
Oh, if Mr. Drysdale likes it better the other way, I can change it. Well, thank you again. Goodbye.
Mr. Lester, you haven't told Mr. Drysdale what you've been waiting all these weeks to say.
But he's busy.
Oh, speak up. What is it?
Well,
He'd like to go on working. He feels he can be of real service.
I'd be willing to give up the watch, even the raise you gave me.
When did I give him a raise?
In 1963, when the government increased the minimum wage law. Now, surely there is something Mr. Lester can do. He's always been our finest bookkeeper, an absolute whiz at figures.
Well, all right. Just call me an old sentimentalist. Lester?
Yes, sir.
One day a month, you can go to my house and straighten out my wife's checkbook.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Miss Hathaway.
Chief, you are not serious.
I certainly am. Tell him he can start today. Of course, I can't pay him what he's getting here, but he can use the pool.
You are all hearts.
And get him one of those stainless steel watches. Well, I guess I'm just an old softy.
Huh? How many critters can I take back home with us?
Oh, I'd say as many as you can fit in here comfortable without scrapping. Why don't you fetch some out and try it on for size?
Yes, sir, Pa.
Get the truck greased, boy. Pretty near. I run out of possum fat.
Well, Granny, I'll give you some more.
Uncle Jed, I gotta talk to you. We ain't really going home to the hills, are we?
Well, I kind of think we ought to give it a try. Granny's had it in her craw for a long time now.
Gee whiz, Uncle Jed. Just between us men, I got me a real problem.
What's that?
I'm in love.
Who with?
Pretty near every girl I see.
I reckon it can't be too serious.
But there are 4 or 5 girls that I'm desperate in love with. In fact, I done asked them to marry me.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
What if all 5 of them says yes?
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that'd be something, all right. Appears to me like this might be a good time for you to get out of town.
Hi, Mr. Lester.
Oh, hello, Miss Trigo.
Where are you going?
Oh, up to Mr. Drysdale's house. It's such a beautiful day, I thought I'd put the top down.
Is this your car?
Well, not yet. I still have 3 years of payments to make to the bank.
Mind if I ride to the corner with you?
Oh, I know. Certainly not. Here.
No, that's all right. Stay there. I can get in.
Oh.
Hey, Pa, we got company. Yonder comes a car up the driveway, lickety-split.
Ain't that queer? You can't even hear the engine running.
Put your brakes on, little fella!
Oh, howdy there. You got car trouble?
Well,
He got stalled in Miss Drysdale's driveway, and she couldn't get her limousine out. And she went to mean-mouthing him something awful. If I hadn't come along, I'll bet she'd have turned the hose on him.
Well, don't let that bother you. She done hosed us down once today. My name is Jed. This here's my daughter, Ellie. I reckon you met Jethro.
Howdy.
hello.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, it's Lester. Leroy.
Oh, Lester Leroy.
Well, that's close enough.
Come on inside and set a spell, Mr. Leroy. Jethro will fix your car for you.
Well, I don't have much money.
Why, you'd insult Jethro if you offered him any money.
No, he wouldn't.
Things is ready. Come and get him before... Jed, did you go and buy a sporty car just when we's leaving?
Oh, Granny, this sporty car belongs to this gentleman right here, Mr. Lester Leroy.
Oh, well, come and take victuals with us, Mr. Leroy.
Oh, no, thanks. I don't want to be any trouble.
It's on the table.
Well, you go ahead. I'll be all right.
Well, now, we sure don't aim to let you sit out here whilst we eat. Come on.
Oh, no, but I don't want to impose on anybody.
We'd be glad to have you. Come on.
Oh, no. I'll just wait right here.
Jethro, the victuals is getting cold. Fetch him in.
You rang, Chief?
I sure did. I want an immediate audit run on the books of that little playboy embezzler, Leroy or Lester, whatever his name is.
Playboy embezzler. Poor mousy little Mr. Lester.
I'll tell you how poor he is. He has one of those expensive hobbies going.
What's that?
Restoring antique automobiles. He was seen driving away from this bank in a 1919 runabout. And as for being mousy, get this. He took that beautiful Miss Trigo with him.
Well, perhaps he needed some help with your wife's checkbook.
Ah, that's a laugh. I talked to the butler. He never even got to the house. If you ask me, he and his sweetheart are headed for Mexico.
Mr. Lester is old enough to be Miss Trigo's grandfather.
And rich enough to be her sugar daddy. No wonder he didn't want to retire. He's got a gold mine here. And he's been working the claim for 47 years.
This is all too incredible to believe.
Oh, yeah? Well, you order that audit and alert the highway patrol. Ooh, I'll bet right this minute that peewee playboy is sitting at some resort hotel stuffing himself with caviar and champagne.
Have some more grits and jowls, Mr. Leroy.
Thank you. I've already had one helping.
Have another.
Well, it is awfully good. I don't know when I've had so much delicious food.
Why, you ain't hardly had enough to feed a baby bird.
Don't you eat this good at home, Mr. Leroy?
Ellie, that ain't no kind of question to ask. I reckon ain't many people eat this good.
Now, Let me give you some more of these pickled crawdads.
Well, just a few. I'm not used to so much rich food, you see. I usually have just a half a can of beans for lunch.
What do you have for supper?
The other half.
That ain't it.
Well, you see, my landlady won't allow me to cook in my room.
Why don't you move out?
I don't think she'd let me. Oh, not that I'd want to. You see, I get my room for $2 a week.
That kind of money, you can't even cook?
No, sir.
At that price, they ought to throw your meals in.
I'd move if I was you.
Well, now that I'm not working, I guess I will have to find some place less expensive.
Speaking of working, I best get busy on Mr. Leroy's car. Can I please be excused?
Sure, boy.
Please don't bother.
Oh, I don't mind. Ellie can help me. Come on, Ellie. She can lift the car while I crawl under.
Now, hold on. That kind of work ain't for girls. Jethro, you lift and let Ellie crawl under.
There's no question about it. He's headed for the border with my money and Miss Trigo. What?
We have Mr. Lester's file.
Good. I'll keep you posted. Well, where is it?
Would you bring in the file, Miss Trigo?
Here you are, Miss Hathaway.
I thought you were on your way to Mexico with Lester.
No, Mr. Drysdale, he dropped me at the corner.
Exactly what you can expect from his kind. By now, he's probably picked up some senorita.
Miss Trigo agrees with me that Mr. Lester simply could not do these things.
Fooled you too, eh?
Would you like to hear about his antique car?
You bet.
That car was purchased new by Mr. Lester in 1919 at a cost of $550. In fact, your father arranged for this bank to finance it.
Good old soft-hearted Dad. I bet he even gave the scoundrel easy payments.
Very easy. He's been making them for 46 years.
And he still has 3 years to go.
You get back to your desk.
How you doing, young'uns? Got the car fixed?
Well, not yet, Pa.
You know, I'm about of a notion that little fella needs fixing more than his car.
What you mean?
Well, turns out that we had his name backwards and he didn't have the gumption to tell us.
He is right skittish.
I believe that a good-sized bunny rabbit could face him down.
Reckon there's a way to help him?
I hope so. I sure would like to get a little starch in his spine before we leave town.
You mean to tell me that after 47 years they's given your job to a machine?
Well, I don't blame them, really. I'm getting old.
Nonsense, you're in the prime of life. My age.
But I'm not as fast as the machine, especially with this rheumatism in my hands.
Rheumatism?
Mm-hmm.
I got medicine that'll fix that.
Don't bother.
I got it right here. What's that for?
I'd like to help with the dishes.
I'll fetch Ellie for that. Here. You swallow this. It's good for what ails you.
Chief, Mr. Lester's calling you.
They caught him, eh? Hello?
Mr. Drysdale,
Yes?
I have a message for you.
Well, let's have it.
One tablespoonful of rheumatism medicine done that?
Word of honor, that's all I give him.
This is the first time I've seen the little fellow look happy.
He's grinning like a baked possum.
Well, let's get busy and load up the truck. We got a long trip ahead of us.
Well, what we gonna do about Mr. Lester?
Yeah, suppose he's still sleeping when we's ready to start out.
Well, just lay him out front on the grass.
On the grass with rheumatiz?
I'll leave a jug alongside of him. For a week or so, he won't care where he is. Hand them to me faster, Jed. The quicker we get packed, the quicker we'll get on the road.
You know, Granny, I've been thinking. By the time we get this stuff loaded, it'll be sundown.
So?
So? That truck ain't the best thing in the world to be driving after dark with no lights and all.
Well, we'll do what we done on our way out here. Have Ellie run ahead of the truck waving a lantern.
Yeah, but the trouble with that was we couldn't keep up with her.
Well, then have Ellie run slower or Jethro drive faster. 'Cause I ain't aiming to stay one more night in these Beverly Hills where we ain't wanted and we ain't needed.
Until today.
What do you mean?
Mr. Lester, I ain't never seen nobody that needs somebody worse than him.
Now, Jed, he ain't our lookout. We didn't ask him to come here.
We didn't have to. Jethro fetched him.
Well, then have Jethro fetch him back where he found him.
For Miss Drysdale to mean mouth and turn the hose on?
Now, Jed, you stop right where you are. I know what you're up to. You're wanting me to feel sorry for that little feller, so's I'll give up the idea of going home and stay here and help him.
That's right. Is it working?
Yeah, doggone it, it is.
Oh, my goodness. Where am I? What happened?
Well, you fell asleep.
Those dogs.
Well, don't be scared. They's your friend.
My friends.
Well, show 'em, fella.
They actually seem to like me.
Of course they do. That's 'cause you're a nice man. Dogs can tell.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you're awake, Mr. Lester. How you feeling?
Rheumatiz gone?
Oh, yes, I feel wonderful.
Ellie, get your critters out of the parlor.
Well, Hiram ain't mine no more. He belongs to Mr. Lester now.
Oh, no, really, my landlady won't allow me to have a dog.
I will, too.
What?
What Granny means is that she'd like to be your landlady for a spell.
Me? Stay here?
Be mighty proud to have you.
Oh, you would, really?
Yeah, say you'll stay, please, Mr. Lester.
Oh, but I've never... I couldn't. Yes, I'll stay. I'd like very much to stay.
Here's the audit of Mr. Lester's books. It has just come off the computer.
How much did the little crook get away with?
His books balance to the penny. Not one mistake in 47 years.
I don't believe it. Feed it all through the computer again.
I'm afraid that's impossible. As it printed its last digit, it blew up. I told Mr. Lester it was overworked. The computer people say it will take several weeks to repair.
You mean I have no bookkeeping department?
That's about the size of it.
Well, we've got to locate Lester. He's the only one that can handle the workload.
It so happens he's waiting to see you now.
Oh, bring him in, bring him in.
Come in, Mr. Lester.
My favorite bookkeeper, Lester Leroy.
Mr. Drysdale, my name is Leroy Lester.
Of course. Now get down to your desk and get to work.
But I don't...
Now. I'm willing to forget everything that happened. You get your old job back with no cut in salary. And I'll even refinance that car again. Make those payments easier.
Mr. Drysdale, I'm taking an extended leave of absence. You see, I haven't had a vacation in 47 years.
But you can't afford one.
Oh, yes, I can. I'm staying with friends.
You haven't got any.
Where are you, Leroy?
In here, Jed.
Oh, hi to Miss Drysdale, Miss Jane. Leroy, come on. Ellie Mae's waiting to give you a swimming lesson. After that, you and me's going hunting.
You two are friends?
You betcha we are. Come on, Leroy.
Oh, wait, Mr. Clampett. I need Leroy. He's my favorite bookkeeper.
My only bookkeeper. Oh, yeah, Miss Jane was telling me about your cipher machine blowing up. Well, we took care of that. Come on in, boy. Jethro. Boy, show Mr. Drysdale how you can cipher.
2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is,
16.
Thank you.
There, you see? Come on, Leroy.
16 and 16 is, 16 and 16 is, 6 and 6 is 12. Down to 2 and we're to 1.
Bus must come in early.
Don't keep your husband waiting, Ellie Mae.
Husband?
Well, I mean husband-to-be.
Now, Granny, you promised you wouldn't go talk marriage right off.
All right. Open the door and let the groom in.
Good morning, Mr. Clampett. Granny?
Howdy.
Apparently you were expecting someone else. I can come back.
Oh, no. Come in.
You're just in time for a heart-thumping treat. Guess who's coming?
Cary Grant. Rex Harrison. Paul Newman.
Get hold of yourself. It's Luke Short's boy.
Who?
Come to think of it, Granny, I reckon Miss Jane ain't ever seen Luke's boy.
Well, you heard of him, ain't you?
Well, I'm afraid not. Tell me about him.
Well, first off, his pa owns a general store back home.
Oh, yes, I've heard you speak of Luke Short's General Store. Is this Luke Jr.?
Well, his given name is Beauregard, but everybody calls him Bo.
Luke had 13 young'uns, and Bo was a pick of the litter.
Prettiest baby I ever did see. Had yaller curls all over his head.
I remember when he was a boy, his pa used to cut his hair, the girls used to crowd around and scrap over the clippings.
His pa had to take him out of school because the girls couldn't keep their minds on their studies.
And he went to clerking in the store, and Luke's business just doubled.
On Saturdays, you couldn't get close to that store for the mamas and the daughters.
He used to come from 40, 50 miles away.
More than that if they had a ride.
No two ways about it. Luke Short's boy was always looked on as a catch of the heels.
A son-in-law you can be proud of, Jed.
He's here to marry Ellie?
Now, Granny, I ain't heard a word about that, and it ain't fair to get Ellie all steamed up over something that might not happen.
They're here! Ellie! Come on, Jethro's back with your husband!
Goodness, I'm quite nervous at the prospect of meeting this extraordinary young man.
No need to be, Miss Jane, because in spite of all the fuss that's been made over him, Bo's managed to keep both feet on the ground.
Uncle Jed! Granny! He's here! Come on in, Bo!
Howdy.
Howdy, Bo. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Clampetts.
Oh, you old heartbreaker, you! How are you?
Hi, Granny.
This here's Miss Hathaway.
Howdy, Miss Hathaway.
How do you do, Mr. Short?
Well, everybody in the parlor. I'll fix some cold cider.
I'll get both suitcases.
I'll do that, Jethro. You put the truck away.
Yes, sir.
Well, how was your trip? Your first visit here? Don't you care to talk?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but for all I know, you might be one of them Hollywood sirens. Paul warned me not to answer no questions, because that's how they find out where you carry your money.
I assure you I am not a Hollywood siren.
Well, I'm glad, because I got pretty nigh $30 sewed into the lining of my suit.
Go on in the parlor. I'll take these up to your room.
I'll take them, Mr. Clampett. I brought presents for everybody.
He's a regular fashion plate, ain't he?
Yes, you Don't see clothes like that too often.
Of course, with his pa's money, he can afford to be a style setter. You go on in. I'll go up and fetch Ellie.
Oh, let me do that. You go and entertain your company.
Well, thank you. She ought to be ready by now. Granny got her started early this morning.
I'll bet she's excited.
Well, Granny is. I ain't so sure about Ellie.
Ellie Mae, Beauregard's waiting to see you. Are you ready?
Sure I am. Howdy, Miss Jane.
Ellie Mae, what in the world? Why have you done this?
Well, Granny told me to put on a dress because Bo Short was going to ask me to marry up with him.
Well, he certainly won't ask you if you look like this.
That's what I figured.
But, Ellie, why don't you want him to ask you? You can always say no.
Well, not with Granny around, I can't. Well, Granny's had me and Bo matched up since we was this high.
But you didn't care for him.
He never was nothing but a little sissy do. I used to beat him up and throw him in the pond. He wouldn't even fight back.
I see.
I sure don't want to marry up with no man that I can whoop.
No, Ellie Mae, whatever your reasons, this will only embarrass your father. We'll think of a more subtle way to discourage Bo.
I can't beat him up and throw him in the pond.
I think we can be even more subtle than that.
Maybe Ellie'd hurry some if and she knowed that I brung her a bag of jawbreakers.
I'm going up and get it.
No need to, Granny. Miss Jane will fetch her down.
Well, I ain't waiting no longer. I'm gonna open my present right now. Ah, dog, look at this. Pa turned me loose at the candy counter. Milk bottles, chocolate money, red hots, beehives, and my favorite candy bananas. No wonder the girls was always after you.
Now, believe me, Ellie, he'll be much more frightened of you this way. Now, remember, you're a Hollywood siren.
I'll do my best, Miss Jane.
Here's Ellie. Now, come on, let's leave these young'uns alone.
What's the matter, Bo?
I just swallowed a jawbreaker. Ellie Mae, you've changed.
Have I, Bo?
Yes, ma'am. You ain't the girl I was expecting to see at all. Your face is full of powder, and your lips is painted, and you smell from perfume, and I've never seen such a tight dress. My daddy warned me to keep away from women like you.
Did he, Bo?
Yes, ma'am. But he is nuts. Let's get married. Where are we going?
Outside! I'm gonna beat you up and throw you in the cement pump!
Well, son, when's the wedding gonna be?
Granny, I've been wondering, do you think Ellie really wants to marry me?
Well, of course she does. What made you ask?
Well, if you hadn't have stopped her, she was going to beat me up and throw me in the pond.
I never did like him, and I don't like him now. He ain't nothing but a sissy dude. I'm gonna beat him up and throw him in a pond.
That ain't gonna do nothing but get Granny mad and Bo wet.
Mr. Clampett, since I feel that I am in large measure responsible for this situation, I am ready to throw myself into the breach.
What you mean?
Well, when Mr. Short first met me, he assumed, mistakenly, of course, that I was a Hollywood temptress. Suppose I play on that theme and lure him away from Ellie.
Well, that's mighty nice of you. Once you got him, what would you do with him?
Ah, yes. There's the rub. But we've got to get Ellie out of this somehow.
Well, let's start by getting her out of that dress. The more Bo sees of her looking like that, the harder our work's gonna be.
I know just the dress to put on.
Good.
Hey, Ellie, them biscuits you made this morning was just great.
Well, thank you, Jethro.
Look at this rascal. I hit it dead center with 6 shots and didn't even chip it.
Where you going, boy?
I'm going to ask Bo if he wants to do some target shooting.
Well, why don't you stay here and visit with Miss Jane? Where's the rest of Ellie Mae's biscuits?
Oh, Granny hid him under the sink. She's going to bury him later. Ooh, they sure are scrumptious looking.
And the rest of her cooking is just as good as her biscuits.
Nice and crisp.
I reckon that brings us to the man-to-man talk. You sure you're in love with Ellie Mae?
You know, to tell you the truth, there is one thing about marrying Ellie that's got me worried.
What's that?
Howdy, Bo. Howdy, Paul.
Ellie Mae Clampetts. Now you have gone and showed Bo what you really look like.
I don't care.
Oh, ain't she a mess? I declare you could throw her in the river and skim ugly for 2 months.
Well, that takes care of my only worry.
It does?
Yes, sir. You see, I'm gonna be busy in the general store, and I need a wife that ain't too grand to slop hogs and scrub the floor and clean out the barn. You just gotta marry me now.
I'm always going to the pond.
Now, wait a minute, Ellie. He just had one of your biscuits. He'll sink like a rock.
Where are you taking me, Miss Hathaway?
Just over to the sofa. I have something very important to talk to you about.
But I'm already spoken for.
I'm not going to ask you to marry me. I'm going to ask you not to marry any woman.
Well, gee, what else can a fella marry?
Oh, once in a blue moon, a man comes along who's the answer to every woman's dream. Her secret love, Mr. Ideal. Bo, you are such a man.
I am?
Yes. You're too good for any one woman. You belong to all women everywhere.
I do?
Yes. As long as you're free, they can have a dream. Don't break their hearts.
What'll I do?
Fulfill your destiny. Be a man of the world, a Prince Charming to all the lonely Cinderellas. Be the sweetheart of 1,000 women.
Gee, I'm gonna need a bicycle.
Hey, Bo, you ain't really gonna marry up with my dumb old cousin, are you?
No, he isn't, Jethro. He's going to be a man of the world, a sophisticated international playboy, aren't you, Bo?
Well, I'd heck to break all them women's hearts. It sounds like more fun than getting thrown in the pond, only I don't know how to be a sophisticated international playboy.
Heck, fire, I can learn you.
You, Jethro? I mean, you, Jethro, of course. What better teacher?
Come on, Bo. What do we do, Jethro?
Well, we go into town and we stand on the corner and we get us some girls.
Is it that easy?
It is when you got what we got. Howdy, ma'am. We's a couple of sophisticated international playboys. Here for a handful of Red Hots?
Howdy, ma'am. We's a couple of playboys, sophisticated international playboys, that is.
Oh, you got to get to the candy quicker. Let them know we sports.
I'll try, but these city women move awful fast. Howdy, ma'am. How about a jawbreaker?
Good idea.
Jethro? Yeah, Bo? I believe I'd just as soon go home and get thrown in the pond.
Again, Miss Jane, I don't know what you told Bo, but whatever it was, it sure got shut of him.
Well, I simply appealed to his male egotism and suggested that he reject monogamy and choose instead the more hedonistic existence of a bon vivant.
Yeah, well, whatever that is, it sure got shut of him.
Dad! Get the guns! Get the hounds! That boat short has run out on your daughter!
Granny, wait!
We've been waiting since Ellie was 12. Now that she finally got a fella, he ain't getting away.
Oh, dear, I didn't foresee this.
Well, I can handle Granny. Where'd the boys go?
Into town to flirt with girls.
Well, that ought to keep them there a spell.
Come on, Duke. Hurry! Get up, you lazy bag of bones. We gotta track down that two-legged weasel that is trumped on the family honor. Now, Jed. Here, Miss Jane. Now, just shoot to scare him. We want him to be able to stand up in front of the preacher.
Well, let's have Miss Jane take her car and look for the rascal in town.
Good hunting, Miss Jane. You know what he looks like, don't you?
Roger Wilco.
I hope she don't bring him back instead of her.
Now, Granny, you scour the country out back of the house, and I'll cover the other direction.
Can I take old Duke with me? My nose ain't what it used to be.
Good luck.
If I see him, I'll fetch him back. He might be limping a little, but he'll come.
What are you shooting, rock salt?
No, rice. It stings just as bad and hints at the same time.
Jethro, why did you come back so soon?
We wasn't doing too good, Miss Jane. I got a awful wallop. I'd have done fine if that hick hadn't been along. Know something, Miss Hathaway? May it be, I just ain't cut out to be a sophisticated international playboy. You can say that.
Oh, but you are. You both are. Handsome and intelligent, suave.
Ain't loaded with candy. What do you reckon could have went wrong?
Of course. You don't have the one thing that immediately identifies an international playboy.
What's that?
Boutonnieres.
What'd you do? Eat 'em on the way out? We don't stock 'em, Jim.
I was referring to the flowers the debonair gentlemen wear in their buttonhole.
You mean if we was to go back and stand in front of your bank with them flowers, we'll do better?
I guarantee it. See you there. I'll see you later. Au revoir.
Well, yonder some flowers. Let's get picking.
Good. We're in time. Now, you know your assignments. If you carry them out convincingly, you not only get this afternoon off, but you may come in late tomorrow as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. You don't have to worry about me. I go to acting school at night.
Fine.
Are you sure this will be all right with Mr. Drysdale?
I'll take full responsibility. Besides, Mr. Drysdale is out of town. Here they come. To your posts.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm a...
Sophisticated international playboy.
Yes, ma'am. See, Jethro, you don't even need the candy. Dog! Howdy, ma'am.
Oh, I can't believe it. After all these months of waiting, and now, at last, destiny has brought me face to face with a sophisticated international playboy. Be still, my heart. Be still, my wildly beating.
Oh, knock it off.
Y'all want to go for a ride with us playboys?
I'd love to.
How about you, ma'am? We can drive up to my Uncle Jed's and have a swim.
Well, it sounds wonderful, but we haven't any bathing suits.
Shucks, we'll buy you some.
Oh, we couldn't let you do that.
Listen, baby, you're with a couple of sophisticated international playboys. And he's got pretty near $30 sewed into the lining of his suit. Jethro. Pa said not to tell that to no Hollywood women. But, Boo, they expect us to be big spenders. Well, all right. I got $2 in silver. We'll blow that.
Listen, playboys, we can stop by my place and get some bathing suits.
Okay. Well, just for you three. I got one in my suitcase.
What's that you're wearing?
This here's a swimming suit.
You're kidding.
It's been hanging in Pa's store for a long time, but nobody could afford to buy it. It's a going-away present. He let me have it for half price.
I think it's cute.
Who's that?
Howdy, Granny.
Bo shows you miserable two-time varmint. What are you doing with them strange women? Where's your bride-to-be?
Oh, I ain't gonna marry Ellie Mae.
You ain't?
No, ma'am. I'm an international playboy. I belong to all women.
Well, I'm blowing off my chunk of your worthless hide right now.
Is that a fact? Well, Luke, I wonder how come Bo didn't say nothing. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Jethro didn't get seconds on brains neither. Well, no, Luke, that ain't thunder. Sounds more like Granny, but I don't know what she'd be shooting at. Oh, yes, I do. I'll call you back.
You hold him while I get some more rice. He's gonna marry Ellie if it's the last thing he ever does.
Granny, I just been talking to Luke Short. Bo didn't come out here to marry Ellie.
He didn't?
No, he come out here to be what they call inducted in the Army. Be down to some fort by 6 o'clock. We best get him on his way.
Morning, everybody. Jethro, you want one of the girls to ride up there with you? Oh, no, that's all right, Bo. You're the one that's going in the Army.
What I want to know is why he had to come all the way out here to get inducted.
Well, Luke says the Army couldn't take a chance on drafting him back home. The girls would have rioted.
Yeah, Bo always was looked on as the catch of the hills.
Chief, Mr. and Mrs. Brewster are here.
Hello, Mr. Drysdale.
Surprise, Milburn. Well, for heaven's sakes, it certainly is. Why didn't you let me know you were coming to town?
Oh, we didn't let anybody know. We're here under a cloak of absolute secrecy.
Oh, well, excuse me, I'll get back to...
Just a moment, Miss Hathaway. We need your pledge of silence.
My goodness.
What is it, John? Your oil company mixed up in some big defense project? A new secret rocket fuel, is that it?
Of course, and you don't want foreign agents to know you're in town.
Oh, it's even more important than that. We don't want the Clampetts to know we're in town.
The Clampetts?
Well, they're really wonderful people, but I'm afraid that hillbilly hospitality is a bit overpowering for a city girl.
Oh, that's right. They met you at the plane after your wedding.
Yes, that ride from the airport was an experience that Edith still hasn't gotten over.
Right through the middle of Beverly Hills on their honeymoon express. Never been so embarrassed in my life.
Well, hang on, dear. We'll be at the hotel soon. Jethro, that's the hotel just up the street there. But don't stop in front. There's a basement garage. Just make a turn at that alley there.
Oh, you're coming home with us first. We got a surprise for you.
Another one? I mean, you've done too much already.
This ride from the airport is something we'll never forget.
Shucks, that ain't nothing compared to what's waiting for you at home.
Oh, here's the alley, Jethro. Just make a...
What was the surprise they had for you?
I'll answer that. The Clampetts had put up their little cabin out by the pool to keep Granny happy.
And we made the mistake of admiring it.
You mean...
Yeah.
Oh, no, not for your honeymoon.
That was the surprise.
They're surprised, all right. Just look at their faces.
Well, anyway, now you understand our cloak and dagger approach.
The Clampetts, bless their well-meaning hearts, must not find out that we're in town.
Our lips are sealed. Right, Miss Hathaway?
Chief, the presence of Mr. and Mrs. Brewster in our city shall henceforth be considered classified information and shall not be revealed to any unauthorized person or persons under any circumstances whatsoever.
Why don't you practice saying yes?
Well, now that that's out of the way, we come to the point of our visit. Edith and I are going to settle down out here.
Really?
Wonderful.
John's company is opening a West Coast office.
And I promised Edith she can build a dream house.
I spent my whole life in New York apartments, and this is really going to be a thrill.
We've already found our lot, and we'd like your bank to handle the escrow.
My pleasure.
We're going to be here a week now. Do you think we can keep it a secret from the Clampetts?
Of course, right?
On my honor, I do hereby pledge...
Just say yes.
As we're leaving, we'll telephone the Clampetts from the airport and tell them hello and goodbye.
You know, dear, it might be safer if we just fly over their house and drop a note, huh?
What are you aiming to tell Mr. Drysdale, Jed?
Well, I'm just going to tell him the truth, that we're fixing to move back home, leastways for a spell.
Well, don't you let him talk you out of it. He's gonna yowl like a scalded cat.
Oh, I think he'll take it all right. He knows you've had a hankering for a long time now.
It ain't just me, Jed. Everybody wants to go back home. Ain't that right, everybody?
I don't.
Speak when you're spoke to.
Just hush up and drive, boy.
Well, Granny said everybody.
You ain't everybody.
I'm somebody.
That ain't everybody.
Well, the three of you ain't everybody neither. It takes four to be everybody.
Just hush up and drive, boy.
Duke and me sure will be glad to get back home.
See, Jed? Everybody wants to go.
That ain't everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4, everybody.
Gee whiz, Granny.
Just hush up and drive, boy.
Can we come in? Well, of course.
My goodness, this is our day for surprise visits.
Come in, come in. Sit down.
Well, see you later. Duty calls.
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. You're busy. We'll just get right to why we's here. You see, Granny's been kind of restless.
Everybody has.
Of course, and I understand. You've been here a long time, no change of scenery. I suggest taking a little trip.
Well, that's exactly what we had in mind.
Good. Southern California has everything to offer. Mountains, beaches, desert.
We's going back home.
Fine. Now, I'll drop by this evening with some maps and folders, and we'll plan a little... You do mean this home?
You mean the home where we come from?
Today. Not 3 years ago.
Home to the hills.
Beverly Hills. Not those other hills.
Those other hills, Mr. Drysdale.
You can send Jez $50 million to Luke Short in Sibley.
Luke's got a safe in his general store.
Come on, Jez.
No, you can't go. I won't let you go.
What did you say?
Mr. Drysdale, we got a lot to do, and it's a long drive back to our cabin.
And I can't wait to get there.
But you've got a cabin here, the one you put up beside the pool, remember?
It ain't quite the same.
Now, stand aside.
What will I tell the Brewsters?
You mean them honeymooners?
Yes, they're back in town.
Granny, you remember that pretty little city woman that fell in love with the cabin?
Oh, yes.
And they still talk about that wedding night.
Is that a fact?
You know, Jed, I never did get to learn that poor city woman about how to make lye soap or sling chitlins or butcher hog.
Here is your chance.
You gonna be here for a spell?
For a whole week.
Well, doggy.
It would be kind of a shame to leave just now, wouldn't it?
I reckon the Brewsters would look on it as downright unfriendly.
Let's go home and commence making the cabin ready for them.
I'll never forget this. Neither will the Brewsters.
Are you fetch him to our place?
I'll get them there somehow. Sometime this afternoon.
We'll be ready for them.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
What a terrible thing to do to the Brewsters. Ned, on that Brewster escrow, knock 5% off our regular fee. I feel better.
I never did see anyone so fond of pigs and chickens. Charmin, she calls them.
Funny how life has come full circle. There's Mr. Brewster that made us rich by buying our oil. Now, at last, we got a chance to do something nice for him.
I sure would like to be there when Mr. Drysdale tells him the good news.
I understand you've been trying to find me, Melbourne.
Yeah, sit down, John.
Edith and I were just overlooking at the lot. I've never seen a woman so happy and excited. All she can think about is that dream house.
Glad I was able to save it for you, John.
What do you mean?
Clampett oil is very important to your company, wouldn't you say?
Well, it certainly is. It's the richest field we've got, our major source of income.
Without it, there'd be no West Coast office, no dream house, right?
Right.
Johnny, you came that close to losing it.
Losing the Clampett oil?
Now, relax, relax. I was here to throw myself into the breach.
What happened?
The Clampetts came by to tell me they were moving back to their home in the hills.
Yes?
In a flash, I saw the danger you were in. One look at those wells, one sniff of that oil, one thump of those drills, and Jed Clampett would have said, out. Throw everything out. Close it down.
You really think so? The wells are quite a distance from the cabin.
Johnny, I know these people. I know how they think. I know what makes them tick.
Well, what did you do?
Like I said, I know them. And one thing they respect is courage. So, I planted myself in front of the door like this, and I said, no, no. You can't go, I won't let you go.
Oh, that did take courage. Why, you might have jeopardized your own relationship with me.
Well, all I could think of at that moment was you and your bride and saving her dream house.
Well, I don't know what to say, Melbourne. It's really, I'm just overwhelmed.
Ah, forget it.
No, that's something I'll never do. Edith's waiting for me down in the car. I've got to tell her about this.
Oh, John, there's something else you've got to tell her.
Oh, what's that?
Sit down.
What is it, Melbourne?
What is it, John?
Well, darling, it seems that in the excitement of the moment, he let it slip out that we're in town.
Is that what you've been so nervous about telling me?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, there are worse things than that.
Well, I'm coming to them. Edith, that dream house we're going to build, I'd say it's worth a little sacrifice, a little temporary discomfort, wouldn't you?
John, isn't this the street that goes up to the Clampetts?
You didn't answer my question, dear.
Oh, you didn't answer mine. Are we headed for the Clampetts?
Edith, no matter what happens today, just keep saying to yourself, my dream house, my dream house. It'll take you through whatever lies ahead.
What does lie ahead?
Well...
Never mind. I see it. It's the Clampett driveway.
Well, start saying it, dear. My dream house, my dream house.
John, please don't turn in.
Say it, darling. Say those three magic words.
You turned in! My dream house.
Did you hear that, Jed?
My dream house.
Sure grabs at your heart, don't it?
Here's a holding chicken for you, Miss Brewster.
Oh, here. Let me hold it, dear.
Well, in here, Miss Brewster, you can have the pig.
My dream house. My dream house.
Oh, doggy, she is fond of pig. Took it right inside with her. He seems partial to chickens.
Did you see that? Mrs. Brewster's so happy she went to crying.
Well, he was about to cut loose herself.
Well, doggone it. The way she keeps calling that little cabin her dream house. It'd set a mule to bawling.
Jed, want me to fetch a cow for Miss Brewster to milk?
Not yet, boy. We're going to let her do her learning on Ellie's goat. Get the feel of it, so to speak.
What about her soap-making lesson, Granny? Should I start a fire under the kettle?
No, just let's leave them two lovebirds alone in their dream house for a spell. After all, it's like a second honeymoon for them.
Yeah, I'm glad Mr. Drysdale told us he was in town.
Please unbolt the door, honey. Let's sit down and talk this over. Edith! Look, honey, I was trapped. I had to agree to this to save the Clampett oil field. To save your dream house. Don't you see, sweetheart? I did it for you. I love you. Look, honey, we can face anything as long as we're together.
John, I'm sorry I've been such a child.
The
all right, precious.
I feel better now that I've had a good cry.
Well, of course you do.
And you're absolutely right. We can face anything as long as we're together.
Ah, that's my wonderful girl.
And someday we'll look on this as a lark. We'll look back on it and we'll have a good laugh.
When we're in that beautiful dream house, huh?
Oh, yes. Come in.
Hello, honeymooners.
Hiya, Granny.
How's everything?
Oh, just wonderful, Granny.
Fine. I got a dandy surprise for you. Young'uns, fetch in Thelma.
Thelma? John, what's that?
It's a goat, dear.
Here you are, Miss Brewster.
You seem to favor having your livestock in the house.
A milker from the left, and don't let her butt you.
This goat is for me to milk?
Oh, won't that be fun, dear? A kind of a lark, huh?
Don't worry about your clothes, honey. I bring you a house dress. Poor little thing. She just can't take too much happiness, can she?
I did it, John. I milked that miserable goat.
Oh, Edith, my wonderful... Oh. You did, didn't you? Cheer up, dear. The worst is over.
Oh, no, it isn't. Do you know what my next lesson is?
What?
How to make lye soap with hog renderings and possum fat. And then I'm going to learn how to hand sling chitlins and stir off sorghum.
Well, doggies. I was just kidding, dear.
Well, I'm not, John. I'm sorry, but I cannot take this kind of life. Especially when I know that 100 feet away in that beautiful mansion, there are a dozen palatial bedroom suites with luxurious baths and dressing rooms.
Darling, you've just given me a great idea. We'll be out of here and into one of those suites in a matter of minutes.
How will you do
Well,
it?
it's very simple. I'll just tell Granny that you're dying for a nice hot bath. Obviously, there are no bathing facilities here, so...
Oh, of course.
And once we're inside that mansion, we'll never leave.
Oh, John, you're wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel that hot tub already.
You're turning a nice rosy color, Edith.
I doubt it. This water's pretty hot.
Oh, it ain't the water, it's my lye soap. Want to wash your face?
No, I don't know if I should. John has always admired soft, delicate skin.
Then this is what you want. This would tender up a gator's hide.
I think I've had enough.
Want me to go over your back with the brush again?
No, please. I'd like to get out now.
Well, just a minute. Ellie, fetch in the rinse water. Best to rinse off with rainwater. Cuts the soap. Otherwise, your skin is liable to soften right down to the quick.
You want me to do the pouring, Granny?
Yeah, Ellie, you have a little height on me. Here you are, honey. Stand up. All right, Ellie, let her have the rainwater.
Oh!
Well, have you ever seen hot rain?
I wonder if I should check on Edith.
Well, not till Granny gives the signal. She don't allow menfolk within shotgun range at bath time.
Chances are Granny's letting her soak a bit. You see, this time of the year, she puts a little extra possum fat and coal oil in her soap.
Possum fat and coal oil.
Yeah, it leaves what they call lingering fragrance on the skin. And it keeps the bugs away from one Saturday to the next.
There's the all clear signal. You can go back to the cabin now.
You're going to find the waiting was worth it.
Yes, well, excuse me.
Let's keep the happiness coming. Now that Mrs. Brewster's learned how to milk, we're gonna fetch her a nice fat cow.
You don't have to come along, Uncle Jed. I can have the cow on the truck by myself.
Well, I reckon you can at that. Handle her gentle. Here's $10.
Yes, sir. I'll bring back the change.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
Mr. Clampett, are the Brewsters still in the cabin?
Yep, and happy as a pair of squirrels in a nut tree.
No, Mr. Clampett.
You?
No. You see, the Brewsters have bought a vacant lot here in Beverly Hills, and that's where Mrs. Brewster wants to put up her dream house.
What thickens you say?
That's the simple truth.
And all this time we had them stuck way out in the back there.
Yes.
Well, where is this lot of theirs?
Let me drive you over and show it to you.
Fine and dandy.
Morning, Miss Hathaway.
Good morning, Chief.
You know, I could hardly sleep last night for worrying about the Brewsters.
They're waiting for you in your office.
Oh.
Chief, wait. Everything's all right.
It is?
Yes, they moved into their hotel last evening.
Oh, well. Wilbur, I thought I heard your voice. Edith and I are going to pick up our architect and drive by the lot. I thought you might like to come along.
You too, Miss Hathaway.
Thank you, but I've seen the lot. It's just lovely.
I'll be back in about an hour. Well, John, Edith, how do you like the way I got you back into your hotel room so quickly?
It was magic, Milburn.
You're magic.
Just took a little intelligent thinking.
We're getting close, Mr. McKeegan.
You certainly are fortunate to find a vacant lot on this street.
They paid enough for it. By the way, John, did anyone mention a 5% discount on your escrow fee?
No.
Good. Forget it.
Here it is, coming up on your right.
Cary Grant is one of our neighbors.
Edith's so thrilled she doesn't know what to... What?
Oh, John!
Here's your dream house.
Took us all night to get it up, but she's ready now.
Look, Miss Brewster's gone to bawling again.
No doubt about it, that woman just can't take too much happiness.
Here it is, Chief. Signed and sealed.
Never mind that. What's the situation up at the Clampetts? How's the climate? Is there still talk of moving back home?
I'm afraid so, Chief. Granny's determined to go.
Stubborn little woman.
Jethro, on the other hand, wants the family to stay here.
Fine, intelligent boy.
Ellie Mae will do whatever Jed says.
And what does Jed say?
Well, for the time being, at least, he favors staying here.
Wonderful man. Salt of the earth. Well, that takes care of that.
I'm afraid not, Chief. You still have Granny to contend with.
Forget it. Without the others, what can she do?
Granny, wait.
Granny, don't go. Won't do no good to beg, young'uns. I have waited my last wait. I'm going home.
You can't walk all the way home with this load. How are you going to push it up the hill?
I'll get up enough speed going down one hill to take me up the next.
Well, you ain't going alone.
All right, grab a handle.
Well, Pa says I gotta find homes for my critters first. Can't you wait a week or so?
I have spent my last night in Beverly Hills, and I have missed my last Dewberry Festival. I am going home.
How are you going to find your way?
I'll sniff my way. The Sweet William and Verbena is in blue.
Come on, Pa, you gotta stop her.
Ellie, ain't nobody gonna stop Granny once she got her mind made up.
She is kind of set in her ways.
That little woman is so muley, if you throw her in the river, she'd float upstream.
Uncle Jed, Granny vows and declares she's going to walk home.
Well, the only thing to do is let her get it out of her system.
Well, she can't walk all that way pushing that load.
She won't. About 10 or 15 miles up the road, her feet will talk her out of it.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm leaving.
Whatever you do, don't coax or plead. The more we beg, the more she's gonna enjoy going.
I did.
Bye, Granny. Have a nice trip.
I'm going clean home, you know.
Tell everybody howdy for us.
I ain't coming back.
Be sure and ride.
Ain't no use trying to talk me out of it. I'm going.
You got a fine day for it.
I won't be around to cook and sew for you. Clean house and doctor, you know that.
Now, don't you worry about us. Get some miles behind you before nightfall.
All your gnashing and wailing ain't gonna stop me.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Granny.
Bye, Granny.
Well, I'll be switched. Not a gnash or a wail.
Well, she's on her way.
Want me to follow her on the truck? Then when I see she's getting tired, I'll just pick her up and fetch her back.
No, boy, we gotta let Granny keep her pride.
Well, how are we going to get her back?
Well, after she's good and tuckered out, she'll call and pretend she's worried about us. I'll tell her we's having a miserable time without her.
Then what?
Well, and after a few I told you so's and serves you right, she'll offer to come back for our sake.
Then I fetch her.
That's right. Then maybe we'll have peace for a spell.
Well, Pa, whilst Granny's gone, can I have some of my critters in the house for victuals?
Well, I reckon it's your only chance.
Thank you, Pa. Mind your manners, everybody. Victuals will be ready in a minute.
Hey, Ellie Mae, you're gonna have to get these critters out of my bachelor pad.
Out of your what?
Bachelor pad. That's where us sophisticated international playboys does our entertaining.
Since when you one of them?
Well, since Miss Jane told me how. It's easy. If I just stand in front of the bank, there's flour in my buttonhole. This tells the girls I'm a sophisticated playboy.
Well, don't tell me nothing.
That's because you're a dumb old country girl. But when a sophisticated city woman sees this, look out. Why, I might fetch 8 or 10 of them rascals home for grits and gopher gravy.
Well, they can have whatever's left.
Ellie Mae, you ain't feeding them critters my Playboy victuals, are you?
I'm feeding them Granny's grits and gopher gravy.
Well, gee whiz, couldn't you give them something plain and save the fancy stuff for my company?
Well, you can give your company turnip greens and sour belly. Granny left a big bowl in the icebox.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? They might be playboys that serves grits and gravy in their bachelor pads, but I bet you there ain't many that can come up with turnip greens and sour belly.
All right, now. Y'all mind your manners. But don't dawdle neither, because Granny might just turn around and come right back any minute.
None too soon, neither.
Howdy, ma'am. Excuse me, I reckon you didn't see my flower. Don't you know what I am?
Yes, you're a creep.
No, ma'am, I'm a sophisticated international playboy. Oh, gone. I must have got a hold of a bad flower.
Jethro, what are you doing here?
Trying to be a playboy.
Playboy?
Yeah, Miss Jane told me how, and the other day I got a girl just like that. But today... Oh, excuse me, yonder comes one now.
What is he talking about?
Well, it's a long story, but the other day I arranged for one of our girl employees to find his Playboy pose irresistible.
Well, arrange for another one. If he gets unhappy with Beverly Hills, I'm really cooked.
What's the matter? Ain't you a city woman? Can't you see I'm a sophisticated international... See what I mean? And that ain't nothing. I've been mean-mouthed, face-slapped, shin-kicked, foot-stomped, and dog-bit.
Wait, Jethro.
I'm gonna try my luck in front of Mr. Cushing's bank.
Oh, no. I'm sure your luck will change. Don't you agree, Miss Hathaway?
Oh, absolutely. Be patient, Jethro. The right girl will come along any moment.
Stay right here, Playboy.
Well, there's the Commerce Bank.
And there's our masher.
That hayseed?
He fits the description they gave me at headquarters.
He's pretty big. Maybe I'd better make the arrest.
I'm supposed to get some evidence first. Let him make a pass at me. You wait here. I can handle him.
Howdy, ma'am. The heck with this. I'm going home and get something to eat. Howdy, ma'am.
Well, hi, handsome.
Hey! You must know a playboy when you see one, huh?
I sure do.
You want to come up to my bachelor pad?
That's all I need to hear. Okay, Buster, let's go.
You really are anxious, aren't you? When do you see the victuals we got? Greens, sow belly, pone, sorghum?
You're not getting away from me.
You really must like greens and sow belly.
They'll be dancing, they'll be singing, all the bells will be ringing. They'll be dancing, they'll be singing when she comes. Oh, they'll tap a keg of cider when she comes. Oh, they'll tap a keg of cider when she comes. Oh! What are you stopping here for? We ain't home yet.
Well, I don't know where home is for you, lady, but for me, it's up this side road, and I'm awful late.
Well, where in tarnation are we? This is the end of nowhere.
No, we're just a couple of miles out of Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. What's that?
You never heard of Vegas?
I ain't never heard of Lost neither.
Vegas is a pretty famous place.
Is it anywhere near Sibley?
I'm afraid I never heard of Sibley.
Well, that's just a hoot and a holler from Mincy. You know Mincy.
Sorry.
Oh, sure you do. That's where the river road cuts off to Bug Tussle.
Bug Tussle?
That rang a bell, didn't it?
I'm afraid not.
You ain't never been to Bug Tussle?
No.
Oh, you poor man. Tell me, do you like fun and music and bright lights and excitement?
Sure.
Then you go to Bug Tussle on a Saturday night. They don't even blow out the lantern till 9 or 9:30.
You're kidding.
There's a room in back of the feed store. They play checkers for money.
No. Well, Bug Tussle sounds a little too rough for me. Las Vegas is more my speed. Well, I sure wish I could drive you on in, but I'm awful late. But you won't have any trouble getting a ride because there's a lot of traffic on this road.
I hope I didn't scare you off Bug Tussle.
Oh, no. I'll get over there sometime. I hope you enjoy Las Vegas.
Do you think they have a telephone there?
I'm pretty sure they have.
That's good. I want to call my family. They's probably having a miserable time without me. I hope.
Granny, is that you? Oh, hello, Jethro. Where are you? What are you doing in jail? Ashing what? What'd you do, step on her foot? Boy, you ain't making no sense. All right, I'll have Mr. Drysdale to come over and help you. All right, I'll tell him to bring a bail bucket.
Thanks for getting me out of jail. Now I can't wait to get out of Beverly Hills and go back home.
Jethro, wait!
Don't use that kind of language!
You can't be serious.
You want to be a playboy, don't you?
Of course, and for that you need beautiful girls, bright lights, excitement.
Yes, you can't find all that back in the hills.
Ha! You ain't seen Bug Tussle on Saturday night.
Bug Tussle?
Yeah, and the girls there don't throw you in jail when you ask them over for greens and sow belly.
Let's talk this over.
I'm through talking. I'm on Granny's side now, and just as soon as I can get packed, I'm going to jump on that truck and see if I can catch up with her.
Catch up with her?
Yeah, she left this morning on foot.
All by herself?
No, she took her wheelbarrow.
Las Vegas ain't no bug tussle. I bet it ain't even got a telephone.
I sent Jethro out in the truck to see if he could pick up a trace of Granny. He's got Duke with him.
Oh, they'll find her. I know they will.
Well, if they don't, we'll just load up and head for the hills. Oh, Mr. Clampett. Don't worry, we'll find her on the way home. Oh, don't talk like that, please. Calm down, Mr. Drysdale. She'll be all right.
Who?
Granny.
Yes. Well, don't you leave, Mr. Clampett. You stay right here, and Miss Hathaway and I will look for her.
Indeed we will.
We'll alert the police, the highway patrol. We'll hire detectives. We'll get a helicopter and offer a big reward.
Well, that's nice here, but you don't have to go to all that trouble.
What's a little trouble when we're talking about your money? Granny.
Well, I declare, you are so wrought up, you don't know what you're saying. Now, you come on right over here, and you sit down, and you have a nice cup of coffee.
But we've got to find Granny. It'll be dark pretty soon.
Oh, she can take care of herself. Chances are she's already found some nice, quiet spot to bed down for the night.
Hello, Dad. Dad, this is Granny. I see it's Granny. Quieting down out there. I can't hear myself think. Hello, Dad.
Hello, Granny, where are you?
I'm in some crazy town called Las Vegas. I tell you, Jed, this place makes Saturday night in Bug Tussle look like Sunday morning in Sibley.
A place called Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Well, there goes my money. I mean your money.
Granny, should I send Jethro on the truck to fetch you?
Oh, you can't do that. It's over 300 miles.
Just a minute, Granny. 300 miles?
Man, that's what you call walking.
If she hadn't have been pushing that wheelbarrow, she'd be plumb home.
Hello? Somebody get me out of here. I want to come home.
Mr. Clampett. Hello, Granny. Jane Hathaway here. Now listen carefully. Go to the airport and wait there. Mr. Drysdale and I will fly up and get you.
That's real good, Bessie. All you need is somebody to work the pedals for you.
Allie Mae, what are you doing?
Well, Bessie's practicing to help you drive back home.
I ain't going back home. Mr. Drysdale done give me an office job down to his bank.
When?
Last night when he fetched Granny back from Las Vegas. I'm gonna have my name on the door, secretaries and everything.
What you gonna be doing?
What everybody else does that works in offices, I reckon. Sit at my desk, take coffee breaks, go to the water cooler, watch the clock, stuff like that.
Well, how about getting me one of them jobs?
Sorry, Mr. Drysdale says I got the only one they is. I'm what you call, let's see, Junior Executive Research Consultant.
Junior Executive Research Consultant might have been an unfortunate choice of titles.
So I'll give him a new title. Did you get him some girls from the secretarial pool?
This is the secretarial pool. I simply put Jethro's name on the door.
That should take care of our frustrated playboy. That leaves our frustrated queen of the road.
Oh, don't worry about her. Granny was so exhausted and bewildered by Las Vegas, I don't think she'll want to hit the road again for a long time.
I tell you, Jed, I used to think Beverly Hills was full of nuts. But that Las Vegas has got 'em all, Bill.
What do they do that's so nutty?
Well, first of all, they got hundreds and hundreds of these little picture machines all over the town.
Picture machines, huh?
Yeah. You drop in some money, haul down on this pump handle, and little pictures goes to spinning around.
I see.
And Jed, people stand around just pouring their money into them things.
I find pictures.
Can't even see them till they stop spinning. And when you do, guess what you have spent your money to see?
What?
Little bitty pictures of some sorry-looking fruit. Yeah. Lemons, cherries, plums, oranges. And they ain't even specially good pictures.
But how much does it cost to look at these pictures?
Oh, they got 'em all prices. I watched one fella, he was pumping in nickels, turned around, and there's another fella spending dollars to see the same sorry picture.
Well, it does seem a mite frog-brained. Didn't nobody complain?
None to speak of. I was there a good while, and I only seen 2 or 3 of them get their money back.
Jed Clampett speaking. Oh, hello, Jethro. Well, this minute I'll see. Jethro wants to know, can he fetch home his secretaries for victuals?
Sure.
Fetch away, Jethro.
Come on, let's go. There's a truck up the street yonder. You all pile on and we'll go up to my bachelor pad. Any more girls in there?
All right, Buster, let's go.
Oh, it's you again.
I see you didn't learn your lesson. Well, this time you won't get out so easily.
Oh, just a minute. Them girls is all my secretaries.
Sure they are.
Well, it's true. And I'm what you call a junior executive.
You're what you call under arrest.
It's a wonderful feeling to have everybody happy again. If I do say so myself, I think I handled this whole situation with intelligence and... Wait!
Nothing doing. I ain't spending 1 more minute in Beverly Hills.
Granny, come back, please. Won't do you no good, Mr. Drysdale. She's on her way.
I thought everything was fine.
What happened?
Well, what started her off was cooking a whole table full of company victuals and then Jethro not showing up. If you ask me, she can't wait to get back to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Well, last night she thought it was the craziest place she'd ever seen.
Still think so. Figures to turn it into another bug tussle and get rich.
Get rich?
Granny says that anybody who'll spend good money to look at fruit pictures will pay a fortune to learn checkers.
His presentation.
Viacom.